Hello everybody, Road Warrior 627 here, and welcome back to another video here on my channel, and the first video in a long time. Two reasons for that. Number one, I've kind of lost passion for doing videos somewhat, but they'll be picking up soon. I got kind of bored for a while. And the second reason is a lot of busy work to do. I'm advancing toward a stage in my professional career that I need to really buckle down and stay the course, so that's what I have to do. But found some time today to make this preview for the best meet of the year, the 2022 Belmont Park Spring Summer Meet. Always my favorite, and I know someone else that enjoys it too. My good friend, my partner on a lot of videos on this channel, Sammy Roseman. How you doing, Sammy? You happy to have Belmont back?
Man, it feels good to have Belmont back. My
Oh,
favorite meet of the year, spring meet.
just so many things to look forward to, so much potential. It's just great. The wagering opportunities are awesome. So let's start talking about it. So it's 44 days, as most of you
Mm-hmm.
probably know. That's 11 weeks, 4 days a week. They're running Thursday through Sunday. I've got the NYRA website up here, and there's going to be a lot of stakes money, stakes purses, but we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Let's get to some more important overarching news first, and let's see if I can find the article here on the website. But of course, the main storyline of this meet is that maybe, just maybe, I'm not even sure myself, based on my opinion, but perhaps the best jockey in the country is coming to town, Mr. Pratt. So, Sammy, what do you think about that?
Um, it's about time he finally came over. I mean, the rumors have been around for what, maybe 3 to 4 years about him coming.
Yeah, at least 3 years.
Yeah, but he finally made the move. Especially if you really think about it, when when Irad got off domestic spending for Colonel Liam, that really sparked the Chad and Flavian duo because he won a couple grade ones for him that year, and that really sparked it.
Yeah, there it is, mentioned in the article right there. Winning the Manhattan with domestic spending, and yeah, just a couple of days before he won on Con Lima for Pletcher and the Wonder again, and then he rode that horse that I couldn't come up with, Super Sensational, uh, in the victory ride on Stars and Stripes Day. So yeah, he's going to be really good. And we were talking right before we got started. What's the breakdown of Chad going to be assigning riders to his horses? Is it going to depend on owner? Like Manny Franco rides a lot for Peter Brandt. Will Franco still be in the mix a lot? We know he is tomorrow with 3 rides for Klarovich. But of course, he rides Irad, he rides Jose sometimes, and of course, there's Pratt now too. So Chad can pretty much get whoever he wants right now.
Yeah, he could get. I mean, it's Chad Brown. He could get anybody he wants, but I think Flavian will get the. I think Flavian and Irad will split with the one horses, and then I think Manny Franco gets the leftover because Manny Franco rode a lot for Chad this winter, and he won a lot for him. So I think they keep that connection
Yeah,
when he
they
rides the
they did just fine on the Aqueduct Dirt together this winter. Uh, pretty
Yeah, they
impressive,
sure did.
pretty impressive showing. Uh, let's take a look at some other jockeys. Of course, we talked before we came on here about the rising star Jose Gomez, the apprentice. I'm really excited to see how he matches up against some of these other riders, because if there's anything we're lacking in New York, and we've known this for years now, it's speed. And Jose Gomez is not afraid to use horses' speed. So I'm really excited to watch him steal some races this year.
I mean, we saw him steal a race about 30 minutes ago.
That's
I
right.
mean, Jose Gomez is he's just great. And he puts in the work too. He's been riding. He's going to Penn National tonight. He's riding 5,000 claimers at Parks. He's splitting between Parks and Belmont, riding basically 7 days a week. and even going to Penn National to ride a horse he didn't even win on last time. That just shows the determination he has. But he has a lot of skill. Just he's aggressive. He knows where to put his horses, where to settle them, and he's just gonna keep learning over time. He's still, what is he, 7 or 5 now? I don't know. I think he's 5 because of the
I
wins.
think he's
I mean, he's
5. Yeah.
62 wins this year. That's just incredible,
Yeah.
especially on the NYRA circuit.
Yeah, he's competing in about as tough an environment as you possibly can. So, good for him on that. Here we've got in this article that Keith, the PR guy for NYRA, wrote, was talking about Velasquez and Ward. Sammy just informed me that Velasquez is indeed coming back. I'm not exactly sure when, but the old man Johnny V will be back, and of course he's a thinking man's rider, so he might be able to outsmart some of these not so smart riders that we like to goof on all the time.
He's back tomorrow.
Back tomorrow. There you go, folks. So that would be April the 30th tomorrow.
Yeah, he's running 3 races tomorrow.
There you go. Here's other jockey trainer combinations. Velasquez and Ward, they teamed up to win a boatload of races last meet. 10 for 18, 257, meaning that most of those were short prices. Eric Cancel and Chris Engelhart. Yeah, I love to dump on Eric Cancel. But apparently him, when he teams up with Engelhart, is good. The father, Engelhart. Manny Franco, Chad Brown, you know I love that combination, even though I'm not the biggest Franco fan. And then here's one with a smaller sample size when Irad rides for Saffie Joseph. If he brings anybody up from Florida, they do well together as well. So those are just some of the faces that are going to be around. Of course, I'm looking forward to see what Dylan Davis does. He just had a really good Aqueduct winter meet and good spring meet. He didn't win the title in the spring. He got beat by Carmouche just barely. But Dylan's a very smart guy, and I expect to see him, just like Jose Gomez, outsmart some of the more noted, the big name jockeys. Not that Dylan isn't big name, because he's always here now. But I definitely expect him to win some races and get some respect. And maybe, I shouldn't say maybe, I actually do expect him to finish in the top 5 in the standings. What about you? You think he could manage top 5?
Davis?
Yeah.
I mean, what's he have? 4 wins already? It's all going to depend how many significant mounts he gets over the first couple weeks. Because if you think about it, these guys are going to be gone for the next week or two. So if you can rack up 12, 13 wins and a couple in front of these guys, I don't know if they're going to catch him.
Yeah, well, I'd imagine Franco's not riding anybody in the Derby, right? So
Yeah.
Franco's going to hang around. Dylan's going to hang around. Those guys are going to have chances. Carmouche to
Now,
grab.
Franco's riding a horse in the Derby.
Oh, he is? I don't even remember.
Zozos.
Oh, okay. So then forget about him. But, Dylan's definitely going to stay. And he's got a chance to open up some kind of a lead here if he gets the chance. So, anything else to say about the jockeys for this meet? Of course, it's a very good colony.
Mm-hmm. But Dylan Davis, he's really taken a step forward this year. What is he, 21% maybe?
I don't know, but I've liked him the last couple of years. He's done good for me.
Yeah, especially on those winter days on like a Sunday, you just see he wins 5 races.
Yeah, he's damn good.
Yeah, he is.
All right, Sammy. So next we're going to move on, and I got the webpage up here to talk about the stakes schedule for the meet. And today was the first stakes race, the Affirmed Success, which was won by the New York bred New York Traffic. And very similar to recent years, they're really stacking the stakes races on certain days. Everybody's got their own opinion on that. I sort of like it, and I sort of don't. What do you think about the stacking of all the big races at one time?
I mean, it does bring like more excitement to the day, but you're gonna have days like tomorrow. You have one stake race, which is a good feel, but still, and then you're gonna get a couple of those weekends in between the 3 months because what out of the 59 stake races, what are they? 9 on the same card for Belmont Day?
Yeah, there's 9 on the Belmont Day card. There's 5 on the Man of War card. There's 5 the day before the Belmont. There's, I think, 4 on Stars and Stripes Day. But we're actually going to run through some of these quick. So maybe we'll take a look at these. The first, I guess, day with substantial stakes is Derby Day. We got the
Yeah,
four
I'm actually looking forward to that day. I think this card's gonna come up good because I think Bleecker Street's going to the sheep shed.
Sheepshead Bay. Okay,
Now,
that's cool.
Chad's gonna send someone. I don't know who. That's my guess, probably. You would think, right?
Oh yeah, oh definitely, and he's probably going to have horses in the Fort Marcy too. Perhaps maybe an outsider in the Fort Marcy that then translates that over to the Manhattan, like we saw last year from Tribovan.
And then the ruffian on Sunday.
Yes, so that's a really, and you got the Flat Out, which is a prep for the Brooklyn the day before. So that
If you
that
really think
weekend
about it.
that weekend is going to be very important for Belmont weekend, as will the next one. So yeah, and of course the Westchester horses that show up in there will likely wind up in the Met Mile if they're good enough. The May the 7th, that day, I actually might be the first time I go this year.
I need to go back to Belmont. I haven't been in a while.
Yeah, we gotta. I'd like to see you too. I'd like
Yeah.
to see you, and we'll hang out and try and make some money. All
No, but
right.
if you think about this, if you really think about it, the next two on Friday the 6th to the 14th, it's really all the preps for the Belmont Day.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Japan, War, Ruffian, Westchester, Flat Out, for Marcy, you could go on.
Mm-hmm. Bogey is going to be a prep for the Just a Game.
Mm-hmm.
Man of War is not a prep. It's a very important race in its own right. But horses that run in there will likely run in the Manhattan. Peter Pan, of
Mm-hmm.
course, prep for the Belmont. Run Happy will be a prep for the True North, and the Vagrancy would is what's the filly race on Belmont Stakes weekend the day before? The Better Roses.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got all kinds of freaking races leading into, and of course the Bogey. That also they don't have to cut back to the Just a Game. They could also stretch out into the New York, which is now a Grade 1. So,
Yeah, I was just going to talk about that. It's finally about time they made that a great one.
which is stupid because they upgraded the New York and they took away Grade 1 status from the Flower Bowl.
I know.
Which is ridiculous. It's so, I mean, there's already a lack of Philly Turf Grade 1s, which cost Warlike Goddess her Eclipse Award that she absolutely should have got last year. She just won, what, 20
Mm-hmm.
minutes ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that cost her because voters are idiots and stupid. Uh, because they just focus on Grade 1 wins. They don't have brains. They're robots, I guess. So
Yeah.
they need to keep as many of the high profile races for the fillies on the grass because there's not too many.
There's not that many. I feel like the Philly division deserves like more grade ones and the more importantly is the purses. There's
Yeah,
so
the
much of a.
purses are less
I
too.
feel like it should be a little bit more even.
Yeah, so I'm hoping maybe I go on the 7th, which is Kentucky Derby Day. That would be kind of maybe just a trip with a friend out there. Dad does not like to go on Derby Day. He likes to watch it on TV. I respect that. We will have a Derby preview out next week. It is not going to be the normal one. I'm not going to have time. So we're pretty much just going to say who we like and why. It's going to be condensed. I can't go through the whole field. I'm not going to have time to do it and to edit it. So it's going to be a very short video next week. Moving on to May 14th, we kind of already talked about this. Of course, the Man of War is the feature, and it's all about Gufo versus Yabir, who lost today over in England.
Yeah, but we'll see how he runs in 2.5 weeks. You think they still ship him?
Yeah, I think they do. It's a lot of money. It's a very prestigious race. It's a race that Secretariat won. I think it matters to me. I think it's a very, very important race.
2.5 weeks is a little short though, especially to go across the world.
Yeah, going across the ocean's not easy. He's going against the jet stream too, so it's going to take even longer. Let's see what else we got. Got the Seek again on Preakness Day. Soaring Softly, start of Memorial Day, Paradise Creek. And then Monday, May 30th, is New York Showcase Day, which is always a fun day, assuming it's
Probably
not.
where we'll see
Go ahead.
American Revolution come back.
Yes. I would think
And if
he probably
command
runs in. What's the big race? The Commentator, I think,
yeah.
is the big mile race. Right. So that's probably the one he would be in. Unless he points to the Met Mile, which would be very
I
tough.
didn't need him. I would run him in. I would get him back, and then you could run him in Suburban.
If he runs big in the Commentator, wheel him back in 12 days and run him in the Met Mile.
You think Suburban would be too far? Yeah, maybe so.
Maybe. Then again, Pletcher's always good stretching horses out. So,
what they should do is they should do that, and then they should do the second, which is a mile and a 16th for New York breds, and then they can point to the race.
That'd be like a free. That's like a free win. Yeah.
They could just point to one of the Whitney or something.
Right, and the Whitney's shorter than the Suburban, so that might help him.
I mean,
I could see him winning a race like the Whitney.
I feel like they have to eventually stretch him out to a mile and a quarter just to see.
Yeah, you give him a try. You give him a try in the Suburban. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York Showcase Day should be good. I definitely will have a video for New York Showcase Day. I usually don't go out there just because Memorial Day traffic sucks around here in New York, but we'll definitely cover a video. I did put out a tweet yesterday that kind of shows the videos that I plan on doing for the meet, and I guess I could run those down quick here too, but not important right now, all things considered. Got the Pennine Ridge, which of course will lead into the Belmont Derby. That's on June 4th. And then the big weekend comes up. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The Belmont Stakes Racing Festival. This is just
best day of the year.
It's the best. I mean, no days beat these 3 days.
Really doesn't.
I went all 3 days last year, and it was blast. I really wanted to do that for the longest time, and last year I finally got to do it. Got my ass kicked on Thursday, did really good on Friday, and then I was up Saturday after the first 2 races, and then decided to blow it all. And I almost got some good money back, but Mike Smith screwed me over in the last race. So I'll never forget.
You rode in the last race?
He rode in the last race. He hung around for Charles Appleby after he won the Just a Game on Althea, and he totally stopped whipping the last 30 yards of the race, and he got the horse beat. It was so stupid. I didn't even notice till I got home, and I watched the video of the race. I was so mad. It's like he gave up even though he had the lead. He had the lead. And
how much was he up when he blew it?
He was up probably a half a length. I think he would have won if he kept riding the horse.
Maybe he got tired.
Yeah, frig him. He's a workout freak. He's got plenty of muscle. So we've got the 2-year-old races on Thursday, the Astoria and the Tremont, and then the Wonder again for 3-year-old fillies. That'll lead into the Belmont Oaks. And then Friday looks great. I'm going to try and get out there. I might have work on Friday, but if I don't, I'll definitely be out there. Better Roses, Belmont Gold Cup, the 2-mile race, Intercontinental for filly sprinters and mare sprinters. The True North, of course, Firenze Fire won last year. Love to see that. I'm actually in the winner's circle picture of that race in the background. And then the Grade 1 New York, 750 grand. So there's, you would talk about purses, Sammy. There's a good purse for the girls.
Yeah, well deserved.
Well deserved indeed. Well deserved for that race to be a Grade 1 too.
Yeah. Didn't that used to be run on Belmont Day? No, never mind.
I
Different
don't
race.
think so.
That was just
The
the
True North was. The True North was run on Belmont Day in the past.
what race did they get rid of? I know they. I wish they brought it back.
Oh, the Easy Goer they got rid of.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I always liked that race. I did well
I
in
know
it
'cause
too,
it was always the
historically.
second race,
Yeah, it was always the first or the second race on the card. I always
and it
liked it.
always gave you like the excitement, and it had some decent horses.
Yeah, even that time it was a 3-horse race, it was still exciting.
When did they get rid of it? 2020?
No, I think they ran it in 2020 and it was a match race. It wound up being a
Oh
match
yeah,
race.
yeah.
Yeah. All
So
right. So Saturday, June 11th, it speaks for itself. I don't even need to read off the names of these races. They're so historic. Uh, Only the Brooklyn is not a grade 1, which you can make an argument even the Brooklyn should be a grade 1 because there are no grade 1 races for marathon horses. And it's definitely the best one. So,
Lone Rock, you would think probably wins that race back to back.
fuck Lone Rock. I fucking hate that horse. I'm sorry for the language, but I do because they totally pulled a scam, the owners last year in that mile and 5/8 race when they had the uncoupled stablemate win the race, and I don't mean trainer, I mean owner. That was a total sham.
Not Lone Rock's race, was it?
What happened?
Was it Lone Rock's race or a different race?
Lone Rock lost to locally owned, trained
Oh,
trained by Tom Morley, yeah, but also owned by Flying P Stable. That was the biggest scam of last year. So I
I
shouldn't
think
say
Lone Rock
that
was
about the horse, but screw Flying P Stable and whoever the hell owns that. I don't like what they do. Then of course they ran against each other out in California, and Lone Rock won, and locally owned finished up the track. So no surprise there. So that's Belmont Stakes Day. I'm not even going to read all these races because it's pointless. You know about all of them anyway. Jersey Girl the next day. That's kind of an anticlimactic race, of course, after the day before. The Poker, the day before Father's Day. That's always a good one. I don't know why it's only a grade 3. It should at least be a grade 2. That's always a good one. Some Stallion Stakes, Mother Goose, the Saturday before my birthday is usually okay. Usually short fields though. I don't know why I said though twice. Just a couple of things. July 4th weekend, the Dwyer for the
Dwyer.
3-year-olds that are not necessarily at the top, but they're still good. The Neyrood, which is another big sprint race. And probably horses that come out of the True North will return in that race. We got a long race on the turf that Gufo won in the past, the Grand Couturier, or however that's pronounced. And then we finish it up really with Stars and Stripes Day, which looks fantastic as usual.
yeah. The Belmont Oaks, the Belmont Derby, the Suburban.
I'm glad they put the Suburban back on that card.
What was it before? The July 2nd card?
Yeah, I think last year they moved it to the week before, but then they used to run it on Stars and Stripes Day. I'm glad they put it back.
I wonder which one. The Belmont Derby would definitely be the feature on that card.
Yeah, it usually goes Oaks, Suburban, Belmont Derby, like 8, 9, and 10. That's how
And
they
the
did
Victory
it.
Ride is the one before.
Yeah, they'll have that
That'll
around.
probably be like race 3.
Could be, yeah, like the early feature.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so that's the stakes schedule. Of course, it's not very different from years past. It's pretty similar, which I guess is a good thing. Nothing wrong with that. So
Yeah.
let's talk briefly about a couple of other things. And Sammy, this is stuff we didn't talk about before, so be ready to answer some questions on the fly and tell me what you think.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out anybody that wants to visit Belmont this meet about things that they should know about. So admission is $5 as usual. They haven't put that up, thank Christ. And they did bring back season passes for $95. They used to be 85, but they were also maybe not going to do them at all. But we started a Twitter war with them, and we made sure that they did. So thanks to all my fellow people on Twitter who were fighting NYRA about that. We actually got something done, so thank God for that. Parking, you could park in the silver lot for $5 or the clubhouse lot for $10, or you could park for free in the blue lot, which is inside the training track, or all the way in the emerald lot past the far turn toward the end of the backstretch. So there are free options. You're just going to have to walk a little bit further. I'm not sure what I'm going to do this meet. I think I'm going to try a couple of different things as far as parking is concerned. So those things we don't really have to talk about much. Just figured I'd bring them up. Let's see. Let me just show you where that stuff is. Down here. Oh, they're not showing that. Let me just try and find it here. Yeah, so there's the parking information if you need it. It's right there. Take a picture, take a screenshot, whatever. And then admission, of course, is $5 except for Belmont Stakes Day and the day before the Belmont. Sammy, do you like to bring booze into the racetrack?
Nah, I don't really boo people, you know.
What?
I don't know if I've ever booed someone after a race.
No, I said.
Oh, yeah.
No, I said booze, as in alcohol.
Oh, no.
Well, a lot of people do. And here, we're going to read this from the NYRA website. Beginning on opening day, Belmont will introduce new guest policies regarding coolers and outside alcohol. Large coolers and alcoholic beverages will not be permitted to be brought in with the exception of the reserved top of the stretch picnic areas. If you want to bring a cooler in with non-alcoholic stuff and food, it has to be less than 12 by 6 by 12. This is an obvious cash grab. This is NYRA telling us that they hate us. There is no reason for this. They made an excuse that it's because of the smaller backyard. Bullshit.
I got a question about the smaller backyard because I haven't been there since it was 2018. How much smaller is it truly?
It is like 1/3 the size.
Belmont?
Yeah.
Like they cut off 2/3?
They cut away 2/3, yeah.
Is the grandstand like 160,000 though?
The grandstand is still the same, but the backyard was decimated. It's just...
It's a shame. The backyard was really nice.
Oh, the backyard's beautiful. It still is beautiful if you used to sit right near the paddock because that's still there. But the whole big green area where I used to play when I was a kid, it's gone. The playground is gone. The duck pond is gone. And the worst...
I don't notice that when I was there.
Yeah, the duck pond was right when you walked in from the old paddock entrance. And
yeah.
The worst part about it is they were going to put a hotel there, right? Which, at least it's a hotel. They just put a parking lot there. They just put a parking lot.
What did they take away?
They took away the duck pond and most of the green space, and they replaced it with a VIP parking lot for the Islanders. I actually have a picture from last year of the sign that says duck pond, and it leads out to the fence that separates the Belmont backyard from the new parking lot that they built.
At least the Belmont, like the backstretch and everything is still the same. Nothing was affected there.
Yeah, it's okay. I hate the Islanders. I hate Belmont. Them. It's bullshit.
Do the stable area, like how you enter through the stable area.
Yeah, that's still the same.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying how cool that was.
Yeah. No, that is still the same, thank God. Anything else that I want to bring up? Yeah, the cooler thing is horrible. It's a cash grab to get you to buy their drinks or to buy the more expensive tickets at the top of the stretch. Don't tell me that the backyard getting smaller increases security concerns. Are you kidding me? That makes no sense.
Wouldn't it make it less concerning?
Exactly! That's what I said! See, you're smart, Sammy. You have a brain.
It's ridiculous what NYRA does at times. I feel like they never listen to their fans. you really think about it. I mean, I mean, parking should be free. I mean, maybe not free, but $2-3.
Yeah, parking should be free. I mean, you're going to this place to gamble. They already take 16% out of every bet that you make.
Now they want more.
Oh, and that's a pretty good segue. I think we pretty much beat this to death. We don't like what they've done and all that. So the last part of the video I really wanted to share with you, Sammy, is talk about some wagering strategies that you have for the meet. Strategies that you're going to employ to try to make some good money. But of course, the first thing we need to talk about is this pick 3 that they're introducing, that they originally had 24% takeout, which is just like, it's the same as the old one. It's no better. And they did cut it to 19%, as you can see right here. 19% still isn't good for a bet like this. A special bet that's once a week.
Isn't that the late pick 3 on like one card?
Yeah, on Sundays. Exactly.
Yeah.
19% still too high, don't you agree? Especially for a special bet like this.
I feel like if you're gonna if you really think about it, it's just a normal pick 3. But if you want to make it so special, one thing I would do is at least put the better races, like at least make the get out race a decent one.
Yeah, well, they're going to be forced to do that. They're going to have big fields to make sure that these payouts are good. They better make sure that those last races on Sundays are filled pretty good. Now,
This last race on Sunday now. On Sunday, which is May 1st.
oh, so that'll be the first one. Yeah, maybe we'll take a quick look at that.
If you look at it, I don't know. I think it's a maiden special weight, correct? I don't know.
I'm about to pull it up here.
Yeah, it's the maiden special weight 7 furlongs on the turf, which has 12 horses entered.
That's good. I don't know what the...
And Chad has only 1 horse. Belmont couplet entry. It's in the field. Chad Brown only has 1 horse.
The 8th race before it has only 7 horses, and then the 7th race before that has 9 horses. So it's okay. It's an okay sequence. But the takeout is still too high. 19% is not good enough. I would say make it 15 or even less if you really want people to be happy. I don't think NYRA cares if we're happy or not. I think they care about money most of all, of course. But
also, if you really, also I'm watching on the TV. You can see you can see how shortening it is on the feed. But also, I feel like NYRA does care about one thing. They care about the precious Saratoga. They do care about that.
oh, they love oh yeah, Saratoga. Bring in any cooler you want. It's okay.
Oh yeah. You can bring in anything.
You can bring.
That's basically a bigger backstretch now, a bigger backyard basically now.
Yeah.
But don't worry, somebody will build a arena there. Maybe they'll ruin that. You know.
Yeah, we hope not. But yeah, just I tried to bring that up when the Belmont, the UBS arena was being built. Like, imagine this happened at Saratoga. Oh, the outcry that there would be. But at Belmont, oh, who cares? Yeah, frig them.
I honestly think Belmont is the better meet.
It is the better meet if you, well, especially if you live here. If you live in New York City, you definitely think it's the better meet, most likely. And for you, Sammy, it's just easier to me. It's an easier meet to deal with. Saratoga, there's so many guys that come from out of town. It gets really confusing. So
I don't know why, but Saratoga doesn't feel like New York racing in a way.
No, you're
like
right. You're right. I agree.
And I feel like Saratoga, Belmont and Saratoga are basically the same, but Belmont is spread out to 2 meets. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could just put 1 meet and just have every race there.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't do that.
We'll see what happens in the future with that if they winterize Belmont and ruin it even more. Of course, last year I made that video.
Yeah, maybe they're even considering adding light now.
Well, I made that video last year. If you want to watch it, don't destroy Belmont Park. It got pretty good attention, so I'm glad that it did okay, and maybe some people listened. So let's get back to the wagering strategies. What are you mainly going to be focusing in on, Sammy?
Um, probably probably look at a lot of Chad and Klarovich because they'll probably be hot. I'll probably look at Jose Gomez a little bit on the speed with some horses. And then you always look for, in my opinion, like if you have like a jockey like Joel or Jose on like a deep closure on like a sprint race for like Clement or just I feel like what's that guy's name? DePaz wins a lot there. Um yeah, that's off the top of my head. Oh, and Flavian and Pletcher.
Yeah, absolutely, sure. My main idea, of course, is Chad and Clement first-time starters on the turf, and Chad specials, as I like to call them. When Chad has a really short horse and has a long shot in the same race, that's the ultimate. That's the ultimate race for me. That's where I throw down a lot of money, of course, and play the longer one. Wesley Ward does the same thing, but last year he really didn't do it because all his horses were short. So hopefully maybe we get a Wesley special this year too. If he's got two firsters, especially if they're two 2-year-olds and one of them is bet off the board and the other one wins at 9, 10 to 1. That'll definitely be something I'm looking for when the 2-year-olds start running. And then just apart from that, the classic Belmont angles, lone speed on the inner turf is always a big one for me, especially if they're 10 to 1 or more.
Inside post too.
Inside post, yep, saving ground on the inner turf is a big deal. It's not as big a deal on the Widener, but on the inner, definitely you need to save some ground. And
Yeah.
another thing is actually just picking spots and staying away from things that I'm unconfident in. Don't play every race. Even when I'm at the track, I think it'll be a good idea to skip some races that are just not good enough for me. And then this is just that's kind of normal wagering advice. It's just something that I've never done particularly well. I always have the feeling, oh, I'm at the track, I may as well play this race anyway, even if I don't like it. No, that's a stupid thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like I can do that sometimes a little bit too much too.
Yeah, so that's really all I had planned. Is there anything else you want to say, Sammy?
Good luck to anybody playing the meet.
Yeah, I know I can't really say much more than that. I'll just go back to the stake schedule quickly to show you guys the videos that I'm gonna have planned, and I'm sure Sammy will be a part of some, if not all of
Mm-hmm.
them. First one, let me just pull up my schedule, and I'll highlight them on the racing calendar. These will mainly involve stakes races, but I also might put out videos just about regular races whenever I feel like it, if I see something in particular or a card that I really like. But the ones that are pretty much set in stone are May 14th, which is Man Award Day. Of course, it'll be out a couple days before, as will all of these. This one right here, New York Showcase Day, May 30th. All 3 days of the Belmont Stakes Racing Festival, and we'll have a separate video for the Belmont Stakes itself. It'll be pretty much the same thing that I did last year. So those 3 days, and then the last one that is absolutely going to happen is the Stars and Stripes Day. But there will be other ones. When, I have no idea, and we'll just play it by ear. But those are the ones that are quote-unquote guaranteed, for sure. As I've said, I don't know if I said in this video, but I'm not making daily picks anymore this year. Just got really tiring. It seems like you are, Sammy. Are you trying to do every day?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so follow along on Sammy's Twitter account. And what is your Twitter account?
Roseman Sammy.
Yep, so go follow him
Yep.
over at Roseman Sammy on Twitter. I'm, of course, Road Warrior 627 on Twitter. The next video that I'll be doing on this channel, of course, is going to be for the Derby. It's not going to be a long preview, but it will be there. I'm guessing probably Thursday early Thursday next week, because Thursday night I think I'm going on a stream. I can't guarantee that yet either, possibly. But earlier on that Thursday, I'll probably have a video out for the Derby, and I guess that Sammy will definitely be a part of that. So thanks for coming, Sammy, and hanging out and sharing your thoughts on the meet.
Yep. Good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, you're always welcome here, of course, anytime you want. And that's really all I have to say, guys. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Take care. Pay your bills first. And may the odds be ever in your favor.